Ladies and gentlemen, everyone is cancelled in 2022. Even the dead. If you have a slightly different opinion on the current thing of concern, you are cancelled. We don't go after Genghis Khan. We don't go after Napoleon. We don't go after Blackbeard the fucking pirate. But if you've lived in the last 100 years and disagree with, as I said, the current thing, you are cancelled. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, they have gone after one of the world's greatest sportsmen, Sir Donald Bradman. That's right, I said Sir Donald Bradman, because this motherfucker is a knight. He's an actual knight, knighted by the Queen.
Who are you?
We are the knights who say... Ni.
No, not the knights who say ni.
The same.
So Sir Don Bradman, nicknamed the Don, was an Australian international cricketer. Cricket is the Australian and English version of baseball for you Americans, but not really. Widely acknowledged as the greatest batsman of all time, Bradman's career test batting average of 99.94 has been cited as the greatest achievement by any sportsman in any major sport, says Wikipedia. So why's he been cancelled? Did he say something racist? Did he say something sexist? Let's find out right after this quick sponsor. Friends, at any moment, somewhere around the world, the next shoe is going to drop. What if there's sudden food shortages that last for weeks or months? Do you have enough food on hand to feed your family when grocery store shelves are completely empty? If not, take our advice and go to foodwithbear.com. You'll find a special offer from My Patriot Supply, America's largest preparedness company. They're slashing $100 off their 4-week emergency food kit. This kit provides delicious, easy-to-make breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks and snacks for 4 weeks per person. You don't only save $100, but your order ships fast and free and arrives in unmarked boxes for your privacy. So go to foodwithbear.com and get your emergency food supply today. Aussies spend Boxing Day trashing Donald Bradman. Excuse me, it's Sir Donald Bradman. And I don't think it was Aussies trashing him. I think it was fuckwit woke Aussies trashing him. Aussies have gone after the national sporting icon after a letter to the Prime Minister from 1975 showed evidence of a darker side of the man. Like I said, what was this darker side? It was sexism? It was racism? Let's see. Social media's love affair with cancelling long-dead celebrities has reared its head again, this time with Australian cricket icon Don Bradman in the firing line. Bradman, known as one of history's greatest sportsmen, has been dead for 21 years, but now a dusty old letter addressed to the Prime Minister Malcolm Fraser, 2 days after the 1975 dismissal election, has apparently exposed the former cricketing great as a right-wing nut job. Right-wing nut job? Oh my God, what did he do? In the letter, which was unearthed by Federation University's Verity Archer, Bradman urged the new PM to scrap regulations on capital and warned of the risks inflation poses to Australia. A marvellous victory in which your personal conduct and dignity stood out against the background of arrogance and propaganda indulged in by your opponents, Bradman wrote. Now you may have to travel a long and difficult road along which your enemies will seek to destroy you. Bradman, who was 67 at the time of writing the letter, also warned Mr. Fraser, the Prime Minister, about the power of unions and urged for the public to be re-educated to believe private enterprise is entitled to rewards as long as it obeys the rules. So let me get this straight. He's a right-wing nutjob because he warned the Prime Minister about the power of unions and he said private enterprise is entitled to rewards, as in if you start your own business and you make profits, you should be able to enjoy those profits, as long as you obey the law. Oh my God, he's basically Hitler. Oh, God forbid you work hard and you get paid for it. What the people need are clearly defined rules, which they can read and understand so they can get on with their affairs, Bradman continued. The public must be re-educated to believe that private enterprise is entitled to rewards, as long as it obeys fair and reasonable rules laid down by government. Maybe you can influence leaders of the press to a better understanding of this necessity of presentation. Oh my God, this guy is just evil incarnate. He believes in capitalism and free trade. Social media users, more like socialist media users, and journalists expressed shock that Bradman, who was born in 1908 and raised in an era where horses outnumbered cars on the road, had conservative leanings. Sydney Morning Herald writer Daniel Brettig described the letter as extraordinary and said it showed Bradman's attempt at an intervention at an explosive moment in Australian political history. Broadcaster Philip Adams wrote, "Sad lost letter from Bradman to Fraser after Whitlam's dismissal reveals the Don to be a RWNJ, right-wing nut job." Other social media users said the Don was well known as a thoroughly nasty piece of work. Rick Ira on Cricket says, "Bradman was never really open about politics in his lifetime, but there's little surprise of his conservative leanings, considering his stockbroking background. This article about a recently discovered letter to Malcolm Fraser sets out just how anti-progressive he was." I mean, there's nothing here that suggests right-wing nut job. He wrote a letter to the new Prime Minister saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, "If you run a business and you do well, you should be able to reap the rewards of that business." Philip Adams said, "Sad, lost letter from Bradman to Fraser after Whitlam's dismissal reveals the Don to be a right-wing nut job." Oh my god, this is fucking bullshit. How is any of this right-wing nut job? And the fucked up thing is this letter got revealed on Boxing Day. Not that it was any explosive revelation. It was a guy stating his opinions, his very fair opinions. It wasn't racist, it wasn't sexist, it wasn't transphobic, it wasn't ableist. But for all these fucks to come out and cancel a legend that died 21 years ago on Boxing Day, the day of cricket for Australia, like the Boxing Day Test match. It's the iconic day of cricket. Is just a cunt act. It really is. Look at this smartass. James Morrow comes out and says, "Wait till they find some of Phar Lap's old tweets." Phar Lap was the greatest racehorse of all time, by the way. You can go to the Melbourne Museum and see him standing up stuffed and taxidermied. He's fucking massive. He's like a rhinoceros. He's like a very athletic rhinoceros. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I thought this was utter fucking bullshit. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my super duper gay half stepbrother-in-law's Twitter account, B-Skills with 3 L's. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.
Recession, give me better times, give me better times. Recession.